Okay. Hi. I want to write a book, and it's going to be 100-page book. So every day for the next 100 days, I want to write 1 page a day. It's Friday, Good Friday. So the beginning of Easter or resurrection or soon resurrection of Jesus Christ. I'm not a believer, but I think it's an interesting day to start writing a book about the end of my life, a fictitious end of my life. So, I want to dive into the topic of ending, not ending my life, but the end of my life, right? So I hope that works. It's still Friday, Good Friday, and I want to keep that as a 1 hour, like a 1 hour session. I'm screen recording as well. Let me turn on my timer. So 1 hour is running now. Let me put that on. Yeah, so it's there. And I will use OmWriter. I hope you can't hear the guys next door, because I'm in a musician's house. So there's usually a lot of music. And I'm a voiceover artist, aka author, aka copywriter, aka IT tech guy, aka whatever artist. And I think I hope it's not too distracting. It's been bothering me a bit, I must say, because they're doing their thing. It's like Friday night, and I want to get into an end of my life kind of mood. So that kind of contradicts each other. I still want to document as good as I can, and you can see here on my screen, if the whole thing works well, you can see that I have written something. So I have a title here. I came up with something before, just as a rough. NB is a nota bene, which I just learned about. It's a thing that you say, it's like an important remark. It should be Italian. So yeah, let me just write that, and let's make that bigger as well, like even bigger. I think that's nice. So you can see the time here. Oops. And recording is still happening, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, yeah, let's just dive into it, right? Try not to talk too much. So the title of the book is supposed to be book title NB, nota bene, you watched me write this 100-page book about the end of my life. XOXO hugs kisses, right? So let me also prepare Scrivener, because that's a tool I'll be using about this thing. So I have it already open. 57. You can really take it relaxed, like really. And then I'll just create these folders and say day 1, Friday, April 2023, Good Friday. And then I'll put that here. I don't know, maybe here. It's German, like research, Forschung, okay. So yeah, let's have that, and let's continue writing here. In a program called OmWriter. OmWriter is a tool for writing, and then I have Audition running for voice recording. So you can hear that, and then I have QuickTime Player for the screen recording. So all that's happening, and the camera, of course, as well. So that's like my powerhouse. So I wrote the beginning lines Yeah, let's make this book title like this. The beginning lines. Now finally it's the end of my life. You've made it. As Good Charlotte sang. Yeah, again, this music is really distracting. It really puts me out of my mood. I swear the happiest day of my life is the day that I die. You know, I don't know if you know this song. It's been in my mind for the past years. I don't know. Decade. I think even more than a decade. It's pure coincidence that I started this project on Good Friday. Easter. I have no affiliation with Christianity, which I don't. I think about God as dog. Recognizing the belief that people have about him, but not. Yeah, let's make it him. But not being a believer myself. And that's true. So, yeah, well, originally I was planning on doing 2 Pomodoros, like 1 Pomodoro 25 minutes, and then 5-minute break, and then another Pomodoro. But I feel I'm so unrelaxed. Like, this music is really bothering me. I did not think it would be a problem at this time. That there would be someone distracting me, but yeah, that's kind of really bothering me. So let's see. I want to write 250 words. That shouldn't be too much. So end of my life. Again, people doing party music and you are writing about the end of your life. So yeah, speaking of contradictions. Well, I hope they shut up soon. I mean... Yeah, let me just sit down, I think. I can't really relax right now. Just reading here a book. It's called Self-Therapy. Yeah. Just trying to get into the mood and, you know, just relaxing, because I know it's like just another 53 minutes I have left. And, you know, only 250 words I'd have to write, so it's fine. Just getting a little warm here, so just getting some fresh air usually helps. Fresh air usually helps. Yeah, I'm clearly in a brainstorming, brain dumping phase, figuring out what I'm doing here. That's okay. And now it's also more quiet, which is nice. Although probably the music is going to continue soon. So let's see. Still end of my life, right? Wrote something about God, Christianity, Friday, Good Friday. What is the end of my life? Do I have a death wish? Am I suicidal? Why? Am I even writing a book about the end of my life? That's a great question. There's a morbid fascination I have with death and closure. I think I'm just attracted to closure, bringing things to an end. Now I'm saying the words that I'm writing, which is funny, which is interesting because it's actually a cool exercise to find out your voice. So when you talk, the way you write, and the way you write is how you talk. For example, when you write blog posts and then you listen and people read your blog posts, and you also have a podcast and people listen to your podcast and they hear the same voice that they hear when they read your articles, then you probably reached some kind of a hybrid voice where writing and speaking becomes like one thing, which is a very interesting thing. So me speaking kind of fortifies, solidifies me speaking what I'm writing, speaking out loud, saying out loud, solidifies that this is the voice, this is how I'm talking, and this is how I'm writing. So it's the same. Unless you are like in an academic context, you're writing a paper, then you well, some people talk like that. But yeah, just a question of how much you are, how much you can pay attention to that if someone speaks like an academic paper. Right. So yeah, let's see. I mean, yeah, I reached the mark already, but I started with 80 words, so I can go I can go further here. I still have half an hour. I think it's good. I like this luxury of time here. You know, it's the end of the day, and it's kind of a nice ritual. Kind of enjoying it. Cool, so let's see. Yeah, so I'm looking right now here. This is my little companion. It's in German, but you can see it's a little book of wisdom, and it's the Dalai Lama, like kleines Buch der Weisheit, little book of wisdom. So it's just right here, always smiling at me, so to say. So that's nice. And I have this little ball here I can use to kind of, train my fingers, or like practice, or I throw it against the wall sometimes to practice, or I don't know, for anger. Or not so much for anger. I'm not so super angry, but I think it can be good to just like practice. Have something physical, it's kind of nice to have something physical when everything is not so physical in this digital age, and things are getting more or less tangible, like NFTs, like virtual reality, like metaverse, all these things. So I guess I wouldn't want to end my life knowing what I'd be missing out on the future. Is supposed to be awesome and green and bright and positive and without climate problems, or at least a greater reduction. So the nice thing about writing is that the purpose of writing can be to just know what you want to write about. Let me save this. Yeah, I can save it. Untitled document is fine. Never forget to save. Right. Okay. Right, so you write something, and then you come up with the thing that you actually want to write about. It's the same thing with when you have motivation. When you have no motivation, right? So you start the thing, and by doing the thing, that's how you get motivation. You can be motivated without having started the thing. That can work, but not being motivated shouldn't be an obstacle to starting the thing, especially when you know that it's helpful and productive for you. It's just a little bit of the push that is missing, that usually is giving the motivation, if you have that, like watching a film or having a conversation or having a good idea, a thought, right? So today, for example, what motivated me to come to do that, or because I was motivated to come here and record what I'm recording here right now, is because I was motivated to do that. I walked from my house, from my home office here to the studio, my voiceover studio and film studio. Oh fuck, I have to. Okay, so yeah, I've reached the limit here, the 30-minute limit of the camera. So that's why I had to restart. So I came here and I was motivated to come here because I knew I would be recording this, and because of that, I took the walk from my house to this studio. It's like a 40-minute, 45, 50 minutes, depending on how fast I am. And I'm listening to a podcast, and it's a really cool. I like that because it's kind of a workout, a soft workout, not a strong workout, right? But it's still nice enough that it's physical enough, and it's also nice for intellectual stimuli because of the podcast that I'm listening to, right? So the motivation was there, and because the motivation was strong enough, I moved my ass, and that pushed me to taking that walk, that 5.5 kilometers walk. What is it, 3 miles or so, maybe a bit more, so not too much, but still, so anyway, the motivation is important, like initial motivation, but initial motivation shouldn't be a lack of initial motivation shouldn't be an obstacle to not doing things, because the motivation will come as you do things. Like sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes even just a couple of seconds, just doing, like the sensation of doing it, just the activity, and then it does something to your brain. Or when you start listening to a podcast and you feel, oh, this is I'm wasting my time listening to this episode. But then you feel, oh, you're getting into it. Like when you're reading a story or a book or so, where you have also an initial block. But yeah, if you overcome that after like a few pages, few sentences, or a few minutes, sometimes even like 20 minutes or half an hour, then it's worth it. I mean, depending on if it's a longer thing, a longer activity, then half an hour would be okay. But if it's only an hour activity and it takes you half an hour to get into it, really, half an hour of a reward and enjoy, joy, is maybe not worth your time. I don't know. That's something that you have to decide on. But yeah, so let's write something here. Let's write something. I'm saying I wouldn't want to end my life knowing what I'd be missing out on. The future is supposed to be awesome and green and bright and positive and without climate problems, or at least a greater reduction of climate issues. Being dead means no one can harm me. Anymore. But maybe me being gone harms other people who care about me. Is dying selfish? Is dying a selfish act? I'm thinking about, what's his name? Chester Bennington? Chester Bennington, is that his name? Yeah. Linkin Park. Who took his life? Why? Because he was suffering. Mentally, he was in pain. He had been in pain for many years. Maybe a decade or so. He wrote about his addiction to drugs, I believe. and expressed deep anger and sadness in his songs. So the act, I don't like that. The act of writing is therapeutic. But well, was writing as well and shouting. But still wasn't healing enough, which is why he ended his life, leaving a wife and 2 children behind. But then again, is him being in pain and wanting to end his pain more important than taking care of his family, wife, kids? Are we essentially only responsible for ourselves? And nobody else? Yes, I'm getting in kind of a writing flow right now, certain kind of mood. If this turns into like just a brain dump, 100-day brain dump, that would be nice. Normally I've done brain dumps in the morning. There was a time in 2017 and 18, I think. I haven't done it at night. I can't remember that I've explicitly done brain dumping at night. I don't think so. So yeah, it's a nice experience, especially knowing that it's Easter, resurrection and stuff like that, like I said in the beginning. So that's nice. Yeah, so then what's left, right? What's left? What's left? You're gone. I'm gone. Chester gone. MJ. Michael Jackson gone. Prince Symbol gone. Steve Jobs gone. Elon Musk maybe gone soon. Is he already in his 50s? I feel that too many men die in their 50s. Let me check. Elon Musk. He must be in his 50s or mid. Let's see. Okay, so what does it say? Yeah, he's 51. Elon Reeve. Aha. Interesting. Well, he's wow. So he's a American, Canadian, and South African. Born in Pretoria. Okay. Riley. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 siblings. Okay. Yes, he's 51 years. Elon could die soon. His Twitter company is surely dying. A process of dying. Yeah, maybe that's a precursor. Maybe that's a signal. A warning signal for him. I don't know. So yeah, I'm feeling good. 550, let's say, minus these 80 for 60 words that I've written. The calm interface here of OmWriter is nice. Makes me feel now accomplished. Written 500 words today, and I had 80 words written before the session already, just as a pre-brain dump. Also, yeah, so another quarter of an hour. I think I'll just take it easy, you know? Trying to open that. Grimm, you know, Brother Grimm. Some of the tales that are not so known. So yeah, I'm German, right? So just wanted to have that said clearly, explicitly.
Hochzeit. Die himmlische Hochzeit.
Just read the German Die himmlische Hochzeit. Brothers Grimm. I'm not sure I understand it, because the protagonist, the young boy, dies as he wishes to join God's wedding, Hochzeit. Let me see the meaning of Hochzeit then. Or marriage, wedding. Okay. Wortgeschichte. Okay. Let's see. Assyrian, what is that? Assyrian people. Western Asia, Iraq. Interesting. Armenian wedding. Same sex. Muslim wedding, Tunisia. Okay. So if I died tomorrow, what happened? Well, life would go on. It's like just because you're not aware of things that are happening, and when you're dead, you're clearly not aware of what's happening. In a traditional sense. Doesn't mean that things are not happening. It's only your limited perception of things, and luckily it's your perception is limited, because no limitation of perception would result in craziness, or at least feeling, I don't know, edgy? Is that a term in English? Edgy? Like this? Like really like uneasy, not at ease. So thinking about the end, the consequences of the end of your life is kind of pointless, because nothing really happens when you cease to exist in a traditional human sense. Life just continues and give birth to new life. It's the circle of life. Elton John was right. The Lion King was right. Disney was right. It's come and go. It's give and take. It's give life, take life, and live life, so you can end life eventually. How can people fear life when it's only the other part of the cycle of life? Death is one of the most natural things in life, in the universe, in our perception, because things come and go all the time. Should I stay or should I go now? That line from this rock band, right? Love, life, love, death, love, the cycle of life, love, the cycle of death. I'm writing that while I'm looking at that book that is here, which is like a plea for love, Plädoyer für die Liebe. And the recording is going to stop in a second, but I still have another almost 2 minutes. So I will restart, and it's going to be the third video file on my camera. So let's see. Okay, just for synchronization. Love, the cycle of death. Love cycles. Love habits. Love repetition. Love the end. Love the beginning. I'm getting poetic here. Is that what's happening? When you're ending your life, when your life comes to an end, you become poetic at or towards the end of your life. Are we all becoming poets at the end of our days? That would be fun. Nice. Great. Awesome. I love it.